What's good, Grizzlies fans? The Grizzlies get a close win. And if you've listened to me talk anytime over the last couple of months, all I've been saying is I want the Grizzlies to win a close game against a good team. They did it tonight with a 127-125 win on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we're going to talk all about it. I'm Uncle Buck of the Two Buck Sports Show, a show on the Bluff City Media Podcast Network, the best podcast network in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm pumped. I'm just going to be honest with you. And this was a game that was nip tuck the whole game. The Grizzlies either win big in blowout fashion or they lose. I have been saying this forever. Of course, there's exceptions here and there, but close wins that the Grizzlies have had this year have been against bad teams. Minnesota Timberwolves on a 3-game winning streak coming into this game. They are a playoff team in the West. They have Anthony Edwards, who is a superstar. And the Grizzlies went to Minnesota after losing to Houston, and they get a big win. This game, the biggest lead for the Grizzlies in this game was 5. The biggest lead for the T-Wolves was 6. Just a nip-tuck game. And it came down to the very end. And I'll be honest with you guys, as I'm watching this game, I'm like, this is probably going to be a scathing review from Uncle Buck. I had thoughts. Ja Morant was really bad tonight until he wasn't. I had a lot of thoughts. And I love it when everything is turned on its head in crunch time. Because what happened in crunch time is we called 12, and 12 was there. Props to the guy. He finished with 12 points in the game, but he entered the fourth quarter. He entered the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter with 6. He was shooting terribly for the game. He finished the game, Ja Morant, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 of 19 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. Just bad. 5 turnovers. Yeah, and I believe all 5 of those turnovers are in the first half. Just a horrid start for Ja Morant. 1-12, as we call him, when he shows up big. And in the fourth quarter with 3.5 minutes to go, Ja Morant was not in this game, and I'm sure many of you were wondering if Ja Morant was going to get into this game to finish it, or if we were going to ride with the not ice-cold hands of Ja Morant. And lo and behold, Taylor Jenkins rolls him out, which is what you should do. He's your superstar player. You ride or die with Ja Morant. This team will forever ride or die with Ja Morant, and so it was the right thing to do to put him back out there, and he showed up in the end. He had 6 points in the last 3.5 minutes. He had 2 incredible circus shots for the last 4 points that the Grizzlies scored, including the bucket to take them ahead by 2 points late. And he had a beautiful assist on a lob to Brandon Clark late. He flushed it. Listen, I've said many times that this team is all about vibes. The vibes have got to be right, especially for Ja Morant. The vibes have got to be right for him to excel. And it's a critique that I've had of him. And I think this was just a really big boy superstar win and performance from Ja Morant. Because when I preached all year long about how the Grizzlies lose close games, it's because they've never been able to flush a bad possession or a bad run that they get on. They can't course correct. Now, there wasn't a big run per se that the Minnesota Timberwolves went on. I believe their biggest run was in the second quarter. They went on an 11-3 run in the second quarter. They went on a 9-1 run in the third quarter. That's not a huge run. That's not something that allows for a lot of course correction. But Ja Morant in particular was ice cold, and he asked for the ball. He did what superstars does. The game is won or lost in my hands, and he answered the bell. And everything else doesn't matter for as far as Ja Morant goes. The cold start, the 5 turnovers, the poor shooting night, it doesn't matter, because when it mattered most, they picked up the phone, they called 12, and 12 answered. That's what I take from this game. This team will not win a playoff series unless John Morant comes through in the clutch. And that's what we saw tonight. And maybe I'm suffering from short-term memory loss, but that's the first time I believe I remember seeing it this season. And so with a stretch run coming, you go play at Houston, you play at San Antonio twice, you play Minnesota again in this 5-game road trip. That's what I hope we get out of this win tonight, is a jumping point, a page turner. All right, we're back. We've got our mojo back. Because when this team has mojo, they are very dangerous. It's kind of a gripe that I have, that you've got to have mojo to be dangerous. You can't just have a business-like approach to it yet. But if mojo matters, this is a game you get mojo from. Just a smashing success. And I'm so glad that I'm the one to be able to do this post-game bounce tonight, because I feel like I am the one from Bluff City Media that has been beating the table all season long. Win a close game. Nothing else mattered to me. Win a war. This was a war in Minnesota. This was playoff atmosphere, and you came through in the end. John Morant wasn't the only one that played tonight. He certainly wasn't the best player tonight. Best player tonight, once again, it is becoming consistent. Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr., he played 34 minutes and he scored 33 points. I'm not the math guy, but a point a minute seems pretty good. He had 8 rebounds. He had assists and a steal. He was +6. He shot 24 shots, made 13 of them, over 50% from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Solid night. Solid night from Jaren Jackson Jr. He only had 5 free throws, which is something that's important to me, because I don't like superstars who have large point totals because they go free throw line a lot. I hate foul hunters. He had 5 free throws tonight. With 7 free throws, he made 5 of them. He scored 28 points from the field, 2 threes. So 22 points basically in the paint, getting to his left hand or his right hand off spin moves, isolation. Really good. Desmond Bane, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 8 of 14 from the field, which is over 50%. 4 of 8 from 3, 50%. Shot 1 free throw. He made it. Amazing game from Desmond Bane. He was really good. Luke Kennard. I was really impressed with Luke tonight. He's turned into a facilitator. He's turned into a guy that does more than just shoot threes, which when he's off, that makes him really bad. But tonight he was really good. In 22 minutes, he had 11 points. He shot 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 8 from the field. Listen, everybody knows I am a Rudy Gobert hater. Nothing made me happier than watching Zach Edey just grab offensive rebound after offensive rebound after offensive rebound tonight against Rudy Gobert. Zach Edey in 20 minutes had 8 points. He had 9 rebounds, but of those 9 rebounds, 7 of them were on the offensive side of the ball. Just continuing to get more shots. Jaylen Wells, probably the story of the night outside of John Jaren. He locked down Anthony Edwards. He only had 13 points. He had another poor shooting night, 4 of 13 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3. This is a shooting slump that he's in, but he does not let it affect him on the defensive end. Anthony Edwards only scored 15 points. He had 5 rebounds, 6 assists, but those 15 points came on 4 of 13 from the field and 0 of 5 from 3. Just an amazing night. I saw more Roll Tide Willie commercials on the FanDuel Sports Network broadcast last night than I saw Anthony Edwards threes made. The guy who leads the NBA in total number of threes made held to 0 tonight. They were picking him up half court. They did a great job of getting the ball out of his hands early. And when he had shots, they were very contested, including the last shot that could have won it as time expired. John Morant made it very difficult for him to get the ball. Brandon Clark did a great job helping him and closing out on that 3, made it very difficult. And Anthony Edwards airballed it. Amazing night for everybody. One last thing I wanted to point out too. The Grizzlies over the last 2 to 3 weeks, all we've talked about is turnovers on offense. They give up so many turnovers, and they virtually give up a basket on the other end of the turnover every single time. Tonight, the Grizzlies won the turnover battle 13-18, and they scored 27 points on the 18 turnovers that they created, and only gave up, where did it go? 17 points on the 13 turnovers that they gave away. Just an amazing job tonight from the Grizzlies for protecting and cherishing the ball. They also out-rebounded Minnesota 46 to 41. Is that right? Yeah, 46 to 41. And including 21 of the 46 rebounds were offensive rebounds. That is so many more shots. And that's evident. The Grizzlies shot 108 shots tonight, making 48 of them. Minnesota only shot 83 shots. The Grizzlies shot 25 more shots than the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that's the reason why Minnesota had a great shooting night. They shot 56% from the field. They shot 40% from three. But because of the repeated attempts on the offensive side of the basket due to offensive rebounds by the Grizzlies, they were able to win this game despite giving up a high performance shooting night for Minnesota. Great win. Went a little long, but great win for the Grizzlies tonight. We called 12. 12 answered. Jaren Jackson Jr. was amazing. Desmond Bane was amazing. Jaylen Wells was amazing on defense. Rudy Gobert still sucks. What a Saturday night. So for Uncle Buck of the Two Buck Sports Show, I appreciate you guys sticking with me here. Check out the Two Buck Sports Show Tuesdays and Thursdays live on your lunch break, noon on Bluff City Media. Check out all of our other shows, Daily Grind, Anthony Sane Show, Grizz Next Gen, the whole shooting match. Get on Bluff City Media's YouTube page, click on videos, and just start going down the list. You're going to love them. Thank you for sticking with us. Go Grizzlies. We play again Monday night against Houston. Go get revenge. Have a good weekend, everybody.